I'm sorry.
And what became more concerning is, in an alarming escalation, Donna Manson actually left the front row.
Hi, my name's Graham Thompson. Welcome to Donna Manson and the Manson family. Now, if you think I am being cheap using that title with the obvious allusion to Charles Manson and the Manson family, watch the video and then tell me if you think I am being cheap. Let me introduce you to the Manson family. First off, we have the matriarch, Donna Manson herself, appointed Chief Executive Officer of Devon County Council on the 17th of February 2023 under the previous Conservative administration. And then after her, let me introduce you to the Legal Services Director and Monitoring Officer, the Standards Officer, if you like to better understand that part of her role, Maria Price. And this is Councillor Caroline Lever of the ruling Liberal Democrat group, who is the chair of Devon County Council. And this is Councillor Rosie Dawson, also of the ruling Liberal Democrat group, who is the vice chair of the council. Now, let's go on. So, what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to play you a clip of something that happened at full council during public questions on the 5th of December 2024. Let me play you the clip.
Am I allowed to give context to my question or not?
You can raise a supplementary question in relation to your question and the answers you have been given.
Yeah. I feel like it's a law which provides a legal fiction, and it really does obliterate safeguarding. Humans cannot change sex. Males have a different reproductive role to females, so they have different sexual behaviours and safeguarding needs.
This is not the object of today's session here. Can we turn the mic off again, please? Look, Councillor Ledbetter, I don't think it was a question there either, but any comment you want to add? I'm sorry.
Eyewitness Kathy Mudge of local safeguarding campaign group Protect and Teach will now tell you what happened next off camera. Over to you, Kathy.
Hello, my name's Kathy Mudge, and along with Jenny Dingsdale, we went to Devon County Council meeting on the 5th of December. We had put in questions to the council, and we wanted to ask supplementary questions. So Jenny only asked her question for 26 seconds before she was interrupted, and they wanted to take her mic off of her. So she kept asking, please, can I ask my question? And Karen Strahan and a female security guard came right to the back of where we were and tried to take the microphone off of Jenny. And Jenny just kept asking, please, can I ask my question? And she said that she was worried about predatory men in schools. Again, her mic was switched off, and Jenny just kept saying, please, can I finish my question? Anyway, This carried on, and what became more concerning is, in an alarming escalation, Donna Manson actually left the front row of counsellors and actually came to the back to try and get the microphone off of Jenny. And Jenny was slightly above them, holding the microphone, still asking politely, please could she finish her question. And as Donna Manson tried to grab for the microphone, Jenny put her hand back slightly with the microphone, and a man's hand came down between us and grabbed Jenny's hand by the wrist, pulled her arm right back and pulled the microphone out of it.
Thanks for that, Kathy. So clearly very hostile to members of the public trying to ask safeguarding questions. She actually tried to snatch the mic from a member of the public. Is that the only example we have of her hostility to safeguarding? Well, judging from the next example I'm going to give you of when she was Chief Executive Officer of the Highland Council in Scotland before coming to Devon, I would say not. You judge for yourself. Before we get into that, let's just give a little bit of background detail on Donna Manson. So, as you can see, like I said, she started on the 17th of February, and this is a welcome from Exeter City Council saying, Donna has been Chief Executive of Scotland's largest rural authority, the Highland Council, since 2018. Her background is in education and children's services in 3 Scottish councils, having started her career in teaching. And when Devon County Council announced her appointment, they said Donna's priority is to involve children and young people in everything we do and build a Devon for young people. So clearly very interested in children, and clearly from what we have seen very hostile to safeguarding, which is not a good combination. Let's see what happened when she was CEO of the Highland Council. Let me introduce you to this gentleman, Mr. John Naples Campbell, who in 2021 was what they called in Scotland a deputy head teacher at a school run by Devon, by the Highland Council. And in his spare time, he is drag queen Miss Lossymouth. And Miss Lossymouth is into doing drag queen story hour to troon and queer little children of 0 to 6. Well, in 2021, a mother of daughters at his school, Dr. Anne Woodhouse, was very concerned about his social media, most especially a Facebook post in which he had strongly advocated for transitioning children without parental knowledge. So she wrote to the Highland Council about that concern, not a complaint, but expressing her concern and wanting to know if that was the school policy of his school. And she specifically requested at the start of her letter, her email, whatever it was, that they keep her name confidential because she doesn't want to be harassed by trans rights activists. And so what did the Highland Council do? They completely ignored that request and gave Miss Lottymouth her personal details. He then proceeded to stalk her on social media, including trying to access her 15-year-old daughter's TikTok account to access her through it. And, pardon me, let me have a glass of water. Pardon me. And he made a complaint against her for transphobia that got thrown, amazingly enough as it happens, got thrown out by Police Scotland. And then he made a complaint against her to her professional body. She is a clinical psychologist, for transphobia based on her social media and the false and malicious allegation that she'd written to the Highland Council to try to get him sacked because he's homosexual. And to give you an example of the social media posts and likes that he felt merited a complaint to try to get her sacked, is normalising sexualised behaviour around children is grooming. And a comment she liked: if you think anyone is born in the wrong body, you have committed to a faith-based religion. I prefer evidence-based science. Well, as ever, a long drawn-out process. The process is the punishment. It sounds so cliche, but so true. Until eventually, 3 years later, on the 12th of December last year, she came before the disciplinary panel of her professional body, and thank God, it's one of the few areas of public life that is not captured. She got a fair hearing, and the complaint against her was thrown out. What did Chief Executive Officer of the Highland Council, Donna Manson, have to do with this? Well, I will tell you, I haven't got a clue. But as a Chief Executive Officer with an especially strong interest in education and children, it's absolutely inconceivable that it did not come across her desk. Now, when Dr. Anne Woodhouse got her life back on the 12th of December last year, she issued a statement on X, on her X account, and let me read it to you. I had asked the Highland Council to intervene to protect me from their employees' defamatory and discriminatory actions, but they persisted in supporting him and maintained the legitimacy of sharing my private information. Absolutely inconceivable. That did not come across Donna Manson's desk. While all this was going on and kicking off, the Highland Council under Donna Manson actually promoted John Naples Campbell to become head teacher of a group of schools run by them. What is Mr. John Naples Campbell doing today? Well, I shall tell you. Someone who believes that a person who tweets normalizing sexualized behavior around children is grooming should be the subject of a complaint to get them sacked is now the Child Protection Coordinator of the group of schools he is head teacher of. Clearly, the safeguarding legacy of Donna Manson lives on at the Highland Council. Moving on to the next member of the Manson family.